Welcome to Cory Turner Talks Cars. We're back here with Jamie in this amazing Factory 5 Racing Ford Replica, and he has it entered into the Ford Hall of Fans. And if you're like me, what is the Ford Hall of Fans? So I've asked Jamie to kind of walk us through the process of, one, how that even came about, two, how he got entered for this, and then what we need to do to help him get into the Hall of Fans. So Jamie, what is the Ford Hall of Fans?
So the Ford Hall of Fans was started back in 2017.
Okay.
And so far, the last 2 years, there have been 3 inductees from different teams. There have been 3 fans for different teams that have been inducted each year. And then this will be the 3rd year. And there's 6 nominees currently.
Okay.
Now, I just happened to be sitting in my media room. This was back, I would say, in September, early September, maybe the end of August, and happened to see a commercial for the NFL Ford Hall of Fans.
Okay.
I honestly had never heard of it.
Yeah.
And so I actually went to the website. I had my iPad. I pulled it out and started going through it. And they had a very simple survey that you answer there. I filled it out. I have a build site on the car, so there wasn't really any way to attach any photos. So what I did was I attached just the website.
Right.
And sent it. And to be honest with you, forgot about it. Well, about 4 weeks later, I actually was reached out to by them, and they asked me, they said, in order for you to move forward, we are interested. In order for you to move forward, you have to sign a disclaimer basically allowing them to do background checks and the normal stuff there. And then
check with your neighbors, make sure you're an okay guy, all that kind of fun stuff. Okay.
Right. And so at that point in time, they also gave me a survey that had some more in-depth questions that I answered, more specifically about why and how long I've been following the Cowboys, who my favorite players are.
Our whole lives, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Forever.
Yeah, was there a day that
there was a day that I didn't follow the Cowboys.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun because it brought me back through the history. It made me go back to being younger.
Right,
and
yes.
what really drove all that.
Yes.
So that was a lot of fun. And so at that point in time, I didn't hear back from them probably for another 2-3 weeks. It was the week before Thanksgiving, actually. And
were you getting a little excited by then? Like, hey, this might actually be something?
Honestly,
or were you?
I wasn't, just because it was kind of...
You're protecting yourself.
You submit you submit the information and you kind of set it and forget it, if you will.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, when they did reach out to me, it comes as a surprise.
Sure.
And they did, I got to be honest with you, they did an excellent job of kind of hiding and keeping you, you're on a need-to-know basis.
Right.
And so they reached out to me. They said that we're actually going to have a crew in Dallas to do some other fan shots after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And wanted to know that if I'd be available. And I said, by all means, And so they did a pre-walkthrough the night before with the cameraman. Went through a couple questions because I actually asked him. I said, "Hey, can you provide me with the questions you're going to ask me?" And he goes, I'm not going to ask you anything you don't already know."
Oh, okay, good deal. That's right. Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Didn't have to study for
exactly.
Any of it, right?
Yeah. Is there going to be a test at the end?
Yeah, that's exactly. Should I be taking notes? I don't know.
So that was kind of a fun thing. Just no imposition at all, and then came back the next day, and we did the interview. And sat down in the living room, did the interview, and there was one particular during the evening before. There was one particular business card that when I was 16 years old,
because they came out the night before, right? And kind of interviewed and looked at like we do. Look at what we need to film. What do I need to bring? Okay,
right, exactly. And so during that, I'd actually told them the story of when I was 16 years old. I used to help my uncle, who's a Western artist, set up at his shows. Well, one of the shows he did on a yearly basis was the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo.
Okay, all right.
Well, now I know that Randy White used to actually go out there every year
and
walk through. And the year that I was out there helping, he actually walked through, and the only thing I knew to grab was the business card of my uncle.
Right, it's all you had, right?
Exactly. So I grabbed his business card. I hand it to Randy White, and of course Randy White, he signs it to Jamie.
That's awesome. Randy's awesome. Anyway, every time we've met him and seen him, he is just one of the nicest people. So that is cool, and it made a big impact on you, right?
It really did. It really made a big impact. I mean, I've carried that. As far as Cowboys go, he is to me the epitome of the Dallas Cowboys. And I actually told him when he was out here, I said, I don't want to take anything away from the current players because I know there's new challenges.
Right.
But those guys just played with reckless abandonment. And
it was a different game back then, for sure.
And if you went out and you lost a game back then, you lost it because you weren't the better team.
Right.
It wasn't any circumstances that were outside of your control.
Right.
But it just, so from that perspective, I told that story.
All right. So the guys here, and you're going through, you're talking about Randy giving you an autograph however many years ago. We won't say how many because we don't want to go into that. All right. And so then what happened there?
And so he kind of pulls onto that when we're doing the interview and says, hey, let me ask you specifically about this. So he goes actually into the media room, grabs the card, and he comes out and he hands it to me. And he says, tell me a little bit about this. And so I tell him the story just like I told you all here.
Right.
And about halfway through that, it's Tuesday. It's the afternoon or early morning or late morning, I should say. And there's a knock on the door. It's before Thanksgiving. I'm thinking this is the Amazon guy. He's going to knock. He's going to lay down whatever he has for me, and then he's going to go. Right. Well, about a minute later, the knock comes again. And we're doing this interview. We've got we're trying to keep sound. My wife's in the bedroom trying to keep dogs quiet.
Keep the dogs quiet.
And so you can really tell from the video I'm irritated at the
point
that they tell me. So
like you said, it's probably delivery or something. Exactly. What's going on?
So the cameraman, he plays it off because he's texting the whole time.
Sure,
and he plays it off and he says, you know what, my battery's fixing to run out. Once you go ahead and answer the door, I'm going to change this out and we'll get back to this.
Hey, that's pretty slick. That was pretty good. I'll give him that.
I go to the door, I open it up, and Randy White's standing there, Hall of Famer Randy White. So the vice president of the COO of the NFL Hall of Fame.
No way.
George Veras is there.
That's huge.
2 cameramen, an additional audio person as well. And I just, to be honest, I'm an 8-year-old boy at that point.
Yeah. We're just a little kid, like a time machine, right?
And in fact, I told him, I said, man, I got to give you a hug. And so I gave him a hug. And he comes in, he tells me, of course, at that point in time, that you're one of 6 nominees.
One of 6.
In the United States for the Ford Hall of Fans, and he was here to basically give me my official nomination.
That's awesome. And then he capped that off by doing what?
He capped that off by one of the notes that I had provided to them is that when I built the car, I wanted to keep the dash very clean.
Right.
And there was one reason for that. If you've seen me at the shows, you see me walking around with my shirt. I've got a silver Sharpie in it.
Okay,
I always keep a silver Sharpie. And that is that in the event that I ever do come across a Dallas Cowboy, and they can prove that they're Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's
that
right.
I was going to get them to sign the dash. There's plenty of room to do that.
Yeah.
And so we walked out here. He said, I hear that you have a hot rod I need to see. And I said, yes, sir, you definitely need to see this. And we walked out here. We came through the shop. And I told him, I said, I need you to sign that dash. And he said, I don't know that I've ever signed anything quite like this before, but he said, I'll do my best. And I think one of the things I was thinking in my head is, man, if you sit in that thing and you just put RW54, we're good. We're good to go.
That's right. That's all I need.
But no, this guy gets in there, he crawls down in there, and he signs it. And just at that point, just made my day. Most amazing day there. Just having him do that and have because I had in my mind that I would love for him to have done this.
Right.
But I had me reaching out to him being at some kind of charitable event or something like that.
Absolutely,
And this guy came to my house.
The fact that he came just for you, like it was all about you and your car.
Yeah,
that's special.
Just amazing. And came to my house, my shop, sat in my car, and signed the dash.
Yes.
And we'll never forget that.
Yeah.
We'll never forget
Cars and Cowboys, I'm like, how do you beat that?
Oh, my stars.
Now, something else that I'm really impressed about. A lot of people do stuff for notoriety, like maybe to do it to get into the Ford Hall of Fans. But you did that in September of this year. You saw that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So how long have you had this car prior to that?
So I've had it. We finished it just at a year.
Okay,
a year ago.
So the thing, and it took you how long to build it?
It took a total of about 3,000 hours.
3,000.
I put about 1,600 hours in, and then a little plus 900 hours at the body shop, and then doing final assembly and prepping the car.
All of it with over 700 plus manual telling you how to put it together. In fact, we're going to sit down and look at that here in a little bit. But so the thing is, this was your passion already.
Right.
You love this car. You love the Cowboys. You weren't looking for any notoriety from that. You'd picked a hobby, and this was it. So the fact that all of this has come in and Randy White's come out, I'm like, that's just amazing.
Yeah, it's just a you always hear a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah,
it's a series of
that's exactly right. I'm like, your
events.
heart led you to build this, and then look where it's gone. So we want to help out. We want to help Jamie get into the Ford Hall of Fans. You heard this incredible story. He's one of six.
One of six,
and they're all different teams around the country, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Our Cowboy season is not over.
That's right. And there's not a Cowboy fan that has been inducted.
All right, so this is our chance to be the first Cowboy fan to get into the Ford Hall of Fans. We need you to vote every day. Follow the link in the description, and you can vote right up till February 1st?
February 1st.
All right, so it's February 1st. Let's do everything we can. He didn't build this just because of this. He built this because he loves cars. We love Cowboys.
That's right.
And it works out that we can help him get into the Ford Hall of Fame. So we're going to do that. All right?
All right.
So be sure to like, comment, share us with your friends. Let's talk about cars tomorrow. All right, let's check out that autograph of Randy. Huh?
Okay. All right.